How much whole grain should I eat in a day? You might be wondering this, so let's go through it. In this video, we're going to dive into the history of whole grains and what it does to your body when you eat whole grains. And then we'll go through how much whole grains should you eat a day. And last, we'll dive into how whole grains fit into the Code Red lifestyle. Let's talk about the history of whole grains, because the whole grains that you're familiar with right now is very different than when Jesus was on the earth or even when your grandparents were coming up. Things have changed drastically over the last even 100 years, let alone the last 2,000 years. I don't want to demonize whole grains. I don't want to demonize really any food group, because that creates a diet mentality, and as soon as you create a diet mentality, you'll fail the diet, or you'll get neurotic about it, or you'll go crazy about it. So I don't want to do that. I just want to give you the facts, and then after this video, you can decide for yourself, hey, I still want to eat whole grains, or you know what, I'm going to go ahead and try it without it, Cristy. But you only know if you have the facts. So let's go through the facts. Back when Jesus was on the earth, they ate a lot of grains. The grains were used to make everything, and we've heard the Bible stories. We know what they used to eat. And I don't believe there was really anything wrong with the grains back then. In fact, I don't even believe there was really anything wrong with the grains up until about 100 years ago. And grains were very important to the evolution of our society, because it enabled us to transport food. We could not colonize, we could not expand, we could not explore other areas because we had no ability to feed our animals. But now that we have grown and harvested grains and we put them in portable sacks, well, this was huge for us. Now we could feed our animals and we could feed ourselves. So this was a really big turning point for us in our civilization. But the problem is, over the last 100 years or so, we have begun hybridizing, crossbreeding our grains to produce more grain per stalk. We are genetically modifying our grains to spike your blood sugar faster than a Snickers bar, because we want to get the most bang for our buck. I mean, this is America. Come on, this is what we do, right? Well, we have soil that's deficient. We're producing enough grain on this planet for 10 billion people. Well, there's only 7.5 billion people on this planet. Why are we doing that? Well, because I know our government subsidizes grain farmers. So why not? You're going to get paid by our government to grow more grain. Yeah, heck yeah. And then a grain is a very cheap filler. We use it in shampoo and we use it in supplements. We use it in makeup. We use it in everything. The problem is that now that it's in everything, we are overly exposed to grain, and our bodies are now producing antibodies, and we're turning against the grain. We're seeing it as an autoimmune problem. We're fighting it. And we have a lot of disease and sickness coming up because we're not reacting to grains the same way anymore. We have a lot of children. My 11-year-old niece, for example, is starting to show signs of having an autoimmune problem. She's showing adversity towards grains, and a lot of people do nowadays. We just have it in everything, and it's really not good. So why aren't whole grains healthy anymore? I mean, what's wrong here? So the whole grains that we're seeing nowadays, they're nutritionally empty. They're packed with calories. There's no usable fiber. They spike the blood sugar in the same way as regular sugar. They trigger hunger, which means when you eat grains, this is going to make you want to continue to eat. I know I see this in my own self. If I ever eat grains, even if they're gluten-free, or if they're ancient grains, or I've tried the workaround like a lot of you guys. Oh, I got them from the farmer's market. Well, what? I know that it does trigger me to want to overeat. And when I consume grains, my old injuries from my past flare up and start to hurt. So you'll notice when you're eating grains, even if you're on a low-carb diet and you're still having 100 grams of grains a day and you're still consuming grains, modern grains, yeah, you're going to notice your hands hurt, your knees hurt, you don't feel good, you have that that foggy brain, the migraines, yeah, you're gonna notice that those symptoms still come on. If you eat grains over time, you'll notice that they will change the architecture of your brain. That is scary. And you can look up books like Grain Brain or Wheat Belly. There are a lot of great documentaries. There's What's with Wheat documentary. I would suggest you do your research and watch those documentaries before you pick up another forkful of healthy whole grain. So the question of the hour, the one that you're wondering, how much whole grain should I eat in a day? Well, you probably already figured this out, but zero. You should not be having whole grains at all during the day. It's not going to do your health any good. I think you can probably see that by now after we went through everything. Our bodies do not react well for the most part. I mean, I'm talking to the general public. Maybe there's somebody out there that says, I do fine with grains. Maybe you do. But for the most part, people that I've seen, and I've had 46,000 people come through my program, they do not do well with grains. So how much should you eat in a day? Yeah, none. Don't have any. Why would you want to do that? I mean, if you want to improve your health, maybe lose some weight, and get off diabetes medications, if you're just trying to feel better and trying to have the pain go away in your body, don't make it worse by eating whole grains. Years ago, I had some friends over who had some little kids, and I was throwing the little kids in the pool, and I tore my gluteus medius on my left side. And I tell you, that old injury does just fine as long as I don't eat grains. Same thing, I was in a water skiing accident where I tore my latissimus dorsi and I couldn't even hold a coffee cup for 6 weeks. And I'm fine. I can do CrossFit. I can walk my dogs. I'm totally fine as long as I don't eat grains. And even if I have a little bit, it aggravates and inflames those old injuries. And I wake up, I feel bad, I'm in a bad mood, I'm snappy with my husband, I'm tired. I don't have that pep in my step when I eat grains. I never do well with that. And I used to do bodybuilding competitions, and a typical bodybuilding diet, if you have ever looked into this before, there's a whole lot of chicken, broccoli, and brown rice. That's like the bodybuilder's diet. Well, I've done that in the past, and I ate healthy whole grains, and I thought it was healthy, and I thought it was fine. And then I wondered why I felt like absolute garbage. Well, now I know the nature of the trap. Now I know that my body does not respond well to grains. For whatever reason, it just doesn't. I'm not one of those people that can metabolize them, and probably you aren't either. Before I go on to my next point, I want to hear from you. So I want you to comment below. I read every single one of your comments. I do. I actually do, because I want to get to know you. You're not just another number to me. I want to actually get to know you. So comment below and tell me, what are your thoughts on grains, and what were your misconceptions about grains? What were you taught wrong? Because we were all taught, I was raised the 70s, the 80s. We were all taught the food pyramid, right? Well, maybe you were taught about grains. You need a lot of it. Comment below. Tell me what you grew up thinking about. When the government came up with the food pyramid, which in my opinion is the biggest disaster in U.S. history, that's when our obesity rates and our heart disease started to soar. We were led to believe it was because of fat. We gotta cut the fat. Everybody needs to eat low fat. But yet the largest part of our food pyramid is healthy whole grains. They're supposed to be like 6 to 11 servings of grain a day. Oh my gosh. And even to this day, the standard American diet is 60% carbohydrates. And those aren't the fibrous kind. We're not talking about avocado, Brussels sprouts, and broccoli. I'm not talking about those kind of carbs. The standard American diet is 60% processed chemical crap carbs. So between that and the food pyramid and all the brainwashing that we've all had in school, it's no wonder we're the sickest and fattest in human history. Because grains have contributed massively to this. So how do grains fit into the Code Red lifestyle? Well, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know this. I say a big fat zero, a big fat goose egg. No, you're not going to find any kind of healthy whole grains on my food list. No. You're going to see a what to eat side on the food list and what to not eat side. On the not eat side is very clearly written, Grains, all kinds of grains. But what do we eat? We eat meat, vegetables, nuts, eggs, seeds, seafoods, and fat. Come on, if you can't be happy eating steak and asparagus, I don't know what to say to you. If you can't be happy eating eggs and bacon and avocado, yum, hello, bacon on our broccoli, it's so good. But nothing in the Code Red lifestyle includes grains because my job is to get weight off of you. I'm a weight loss coach and that's what I do. I also want to get you off medication. I also want to decrease the pain in your body. I also want to increase libido. I also want to get you off the foggy brain feeling, the all that. You guys know that horrible feeling when you got the pain and the foggy brain, you got no energy, all caused from grains. So if you get on the Code Red lifestyle, I'm going to eliminate that from your diet, but you're going to get a whole new life because of that. And you can test out this theory in the 10-pound takedown challenge. I've linked it up below, but it's a really great chance for you to spend 30 days with me and find out, is Cristy right? Am I right or am I crazy? You can try it out yourself for $47. You can lose a little bit of weight, lose at least 10 pounds in 30 days while you're at it. Actually, the average weight loss is 12.2 pounds, so you could even do more than that. And you can figure out if I'm onto something or if I just have lost my ever-loving mind. So I will link it up below, and I'll see you in the next video.